it up, Mr. Locario.
What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and in this email, you know, he's basically saying that he's having a hard time really getting with chicks. Like, he's like, it seems like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, and things aren't going the way they're supposed to go, right? So I'm going to read the email, and then we're going to get into this. All right, here we go. So it says, I've tried it all. I've tried being a nice guy. I've tried being an asshole. An asshole has gotten me better sex, but it's been a while. These girls are turning worse by the day. They seem to just want attention. They seem to be completely asexual beings nowadays. I've tried Lycus 101. I've tried your techniques of getting her giggling off, escalating physical contact, and setting up the date. But they flake. It's just not worth it anymore. They consume so much fucking time, energy, and frustration. I'm good looking. I'm 5'8". I can make them giggle a bunch. I'm confident. What am I missing? All right, so this is the thing. First thing I want to say to you is welcome to the dating game. Okay, so basically what I mean by that is a lot of you guys, this is what really messes y'all up, and this is why I'm so glad that you sent this question and that I can really address this, because what happens is a lot of y'all think that the whole dating game is like this 1, 2, 3 formula. It's going to be super easy, that you're just going to lay back and say 1 or 2 things, and you're going to have a whole bunch of chicks, you know, fucking you and sucking you and all this other stuff, right? And, you know, a lot of you have been, you know, conditioned by a lot of the stuff you see online, a lot of the media, you know, a lot of these like pickup artist type of dudes, where it's like, okay, what do I do to just get her? What do I need to say to just get her? And the thing is this is why I'm saying welcome to the dating game, because everything you're going through, right, is basically how it's going to play out no matter what. So what I mean by this is, you can get girls, you can get more girls, you can get more sex, you can make all these things happen, but what's going to happen is that you have to actually work at it. Now, you are working at it, but what's going on is that I don't think you realize that this is part of the process. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is part of what you have to do in order to get with women. Do you understand? This is like you were saying, you know, the chicks are getting worse and worse, and they flake and doing all this other stuff. Women are going to flake. Women are going to 1 minute be into you and then the next minute not be into you. You understand? Women are going to sometimes, you know, you're going to try to talk to them, they're not going to want to talk to you. But on the flip side, if you know, stay on your game and you actually, you know, keep doing what you're doing, you're going to have women who are actually going to show up for dates. You're going to have women who are going to want to kiss you, fuck you, all this other shit, who are going to be cooperative. But it takes for you to push through and to make that happen. Do you understand? Like, I remember one time, I'll give you an example. Remember one time it was like a weekend where I set up I was supposed to basically see about like 12 girls, you know, between Friday and Sunday. Do you understand? So out of those 12 girls, I only saw 4 of them. Not because, you know, I was tired, not because I didn't want to see the other girls. No, I only saw 4 of the 12 because the other girls flaked. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, like, this is the shit that's going to happen. The thing is that you have to keep doing your thing, and then you will get the girls who want to cooperate. You're going to get the girls who are going to want to see you. So the 4 out of the 12 are the ones that wanted to actually make something happen. But I wouldn't have gotten the 4 if I didn't keep going, right? Now, second thing I want to say is this, which can help you improve on your number. Because what happens is that I noticed that back in the day when I would try certain things, you know, I would get a lot of girls who would flake, or I'd get a lot of girls who would front, right? And the thing is, the flaking and the fronting still happens here and there, but it happened a lot less because I worked on my, you know, game and my technique. So sometimes what happens is a lot of times you guys are not getting improvements in your game because you're not working on your technique. So what is your technique, right? The technique is nothing like, you know, like technically like a formula or some like pickup lines and all the other nonsense, right? But what it is that when you are approaching a girl or when you're talking to a girl and you're hollering at chicks, sometimes there's something that you're doing in the interaction that is, kind of messing things up between the time you meet the chick or between the time you go up to a girl and talk to her, and let's say the time you ask for the number, or let's say you get the number, between the time you get the number to when you're supposed to go on a date with her. So for example, let's say you talk to a chick, you get her number, and she's feeling you or whatever, right? And let's say you call her on Monday and you say, yo, let's get together on Friday. And she's like, all right, cool, let's get together on Friday, right? And then what happens is that you probably ended up calling her on Wednesday and Thursday just to talk and to converse. And then let's say you talked to her on the phone, and then you said something on the phone that turned her off. And then you're like, oh yeah, and I can't wait to see you on Friday. And then she's like, yeah, cool, I'll see you on Friday. Then Friday comes and she flakes because of you turning her off because of what you said on the phone on Thursday. You understand? So the better technique would have been to, you got a number, you call her on a Monday or whatever it was, and said, hey, let's get together on Friday, and you don't talk to that girl until Friday. You understand what I'm saying? So that you don't say anything stupid in between the week to make her want to flake. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by the technique. So something you're doing within that time frame is messing the things up. So I'll give you another example, and I talk about this actually in my book, How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day. Make sure you guys get that. This is the hot shit, right? Go to MrLocario.com. But anyway, I talk about this in my book where I say that, when you are approaching women, you have to have the mindset already that you're the type of dude who can get the type of chicks you want. You can get women. You can make these things happen. So sometimes what happens is when you guys go up to girls and you're talking to them, you are not really thinking, or you don't even believe that you can get them. You don't believe that the girl's going to like you. So you're going up to girls hoping that they like you, right? And what happens is that when you hope, or you're not really too sure, that's going to come off in the way that you're interacting with the girl, and she can feel that. Do you understand? The energy that you're putting out there is real. They can feel that energy, right? So when you're up there going up and talking to a girl, and you're trying to holler, and next thing you know, she's like, oh no, I'm not really looking for anything right now, or no, I'm not interested, or whatever. And what happens is that you get that energy back from her, because she can sense your nervousness, and your insecurity is a turnoff. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying about your technique, is that you already approach the woman in a insecure, scared and needy type of energy, and that's why she rejected you. So you say, okay, damn, these girls out here, they don't want me, they don't want to do these things, they don't want to have sex, and why is it so hard? And what happens is it's harder on you because your technique isn't strong. You haven't worked on it. This is what I'm saying. This is what I try to tell you guys. You have to work on the shit. You understand? And the thing is that the way that you come across, people can feel it, and and the woman, she's going to be like, okay, I'll give you an example just to illustrate this point, because some of y'all might not get it. Imagine you're watching a movie, and you've probably seen a movie like this, where you're watching a movie and the character or main character or some of the characters in a movie are terrible actors, right? So since they are a terrible actor, it sort of takes you out of the storyline, because you're so focused on how bad the acting is. And since the acting is so bad, it kind of makes the movie suck. It kind of makes it like, I don't even want to see this. This is so whack. I don't believe this character, because the acting is not coming across how it should. That it's not believable. You understand? So you're sort of like that actor going up to the woman, and you're trying to portray sort of this confidence, or you're trying to portray like, hey, I'm the man that you should be with, but she doesn't believe you. She doesn't believe that you are confident. She doesn't believe that you're strong. She doesn't believe that you're the type of guy who she can see herself with, because you don't have the confidence. You're not bringing that confidence to the interaction at first for her to feel comfortable even being with you. And this is why sometimes you have those interactions where it doesn't work for you. So what I want to explain to you guys is that it's so important that you work on your technique and your skills of talking to women and approaching women and interacting with women, learning how to set up dates when you're on a date, learning how to keep it interesting when you're, learning how to get the girl to, to hit her up, to go on second and third dates, to, have sex with these girls, know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different parts of this whole thing that you got to learn how to do in order to make it work for you better. Do you understand? To increase the chances of you getting more, and to increase the chances of you getting more sex and things going on. Because again, you're not going to totally eliminate flakiness. It's not going to happen. You understand? So flakiness is going to happen regardless. Women who are going to reject you, is going to happen regardless. Damn, my eyes itching like crazy at this motherfucker. We're going to keep it going. Anyway. All that shit's gonna happen regardless, right? But what you gotta understand is that's part of the game. So, what I want to say to you is that, you was asking what are you missing and what's going on wrong, is that all you need to do is be persistent. Be more persistent, keep going, because what's going to happen is you're going to keep running into these girls, and you're going to run into the women who are into you. Do you understand? There's always going to be the ones who are going to fake and who's going to front, who's going to flake. Don't worry about them. Just worry about the percentage of the girls who are going to be into you. And while you are being persistent, also work on your technique. Also work on, how you come across to these girls. Work on your confidence. Work on your verbal skills. You understand? Sometimes you'll be even talking to a girl and, you're going back and forth, and then you run out of shit to say, or you don't know what to say. You don't feel comfortable saying certain things to her. You don't feel comfortable getting a number. All these things you need to work on, because it has to be like second nature. You understand? Like, a chick will throw out some shit, and you got to know how to throw it back. Do you understand? And this comes through practice. This comes through you people being persistent. So like I said, when I had those 12 girls lined up that I was supposed to see, you understand, and I only saw 4. You understand? The reason why I was able to get 4 was because I already had 12 lined up. The reason why I had 12 lined up was because I talked to like 80 chicks. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's how it goes. Y'all have to put in the work in order to get it going. You understand? And I know a lot of people, I always hear people say this thing where they're like, oh, you gotta wait to be chosen, and wait till a girl looks at you, and then wait for a girl to give you eye contact and all this other shit. And if women do that, give you eye contact and check you out, yes, go and holler and do all those other things, but never wait for that to happen, because you're going to be waiting for a goddamn long time. Also, you're only going to be basically subject to the women who are checking you out, and the women who are checking you out might not even be your type. You understand? So now you're just wasting time. And some dudes, truth be told, don't get chicks checking them out like that anyway. You understand? So sometimes you have to go up to a girl to even have that conversation with her first, so that you can start that interaction to, give her the chance to even choose you. You understand? Because the thing is this, sometimes, women won't even know they're into you until you present yourself. You understand? And I've said this before, another video and in an article, a couple articles that I did, is that you have to present yourself, and then it gives her the chance to choose. It's kind of like she doesn't know that she's feeling you until you give her a chance to figure it out or know about it. It's kind of like if you eat, it's like if someone's tasting a certain food. You understand? They don't really know that that they like the food until they taste it. So they might say, oh, that food looks kind of weird. And you're like, nah, just give it a try. They taste it. They're like, oh, shit, this is the best shit I ever had in my life. This is delicious. So it's the same thing with women. You don't have to wait for them to look at you, because they might look at you and be like, eh. But then you go up to them, you start talking, you start spitting that shit, and they're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. You understand? So you got to do that. You got to put it out there, right? So that is it. Guys, if you have any questions, hit me up. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Alright, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. Gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.